The disaster in Texas should be a wake-up call to all of us of the importance of effective regulation and the dangers of corporate governance. Well, everyone except Austin Petersen, Director of Production at FreedomWorks and editor of the LibertarianRepublic.com. Austin, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Take a look at this clip.
We'll go to Bush's first. We'll go all the way around I'm sure that
It seems to me that this is the problem with your libertarian philosophy, that when disasters happen, then we react, rather than preventing the disasters in the first place.
It's tough to say. I mean, you don't want to always have too much prior restraint on people, Tom. You want to let people be able to go out into the marketplace and take risks.
We've known for 200 years that ammonium nitrate is explosive.
But the problem is, we're living in your world right now, Tom. You understand we have a hyper-regulatory state, and we have all of these agencies that are... Yes, we do. And we have all of these agencies that are
once every
responsible.
67 years, an inspector shows up.
These people are dead. Let's honor them by giving them a good debate. And I want to tell you right now, there are 5 different agencies that were responsible for oversight of this company, and none of them reported the issues that they had to OSHA, who was supposed to be managing this. In my libertarian paradise, there might be one agency that would be responsible for taking care of this.
Big government wasn't big enough.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that there is no responsibility when you have a nanny state who is supposed to take care of things. Because if you think that the government is supposed to take care of things...
You just a minute ago, you were saying you have 5 agencies that are supposed to be reporting this to OSHA. They didn't report it. You're saying that the state...
redundancy is bad.
The nanny state wasn't doing its job properly.
No, what I'm saying is that if you think that someone else is going to take care of your problems for you, Tom, then what do you have an excuse to take care of it for yourself? What I'm saying is
contradicting yourself.
No, what I'm saying is that we
can't have it both ways.
No, if you want
either you have regulations by the state, either you have somebody who oversees these things, somebody who actually is an expert.
And they are doing it.
I want people in my government who understand what ammonium nitrate is, and I want them looking over this stuff.
Well, they didn't do it. They failed. And look at the Central Planning Board of Waco. They failed too. And what did? They put schools and nursing homes right next to it, Tom.
So your government. You're making my point. So now you're saying great. So now you're saying not only did the government not do enough regulation, but they also didn't do enough urban planning.
What I'm saying is they did too much regulation, Tom. Because when you have way too much regulation, there is an incentive
once every 67 years. It's been 1968 was the last time.
When regulations are easy, when people understand the rules, they follow them. But when there are way too many rules and regulations, nobody can read it. It's like Obamacare. Nobody's going to follow the law when there are way too many laws. The more corrupt a state, the more it legislates.
This company understood these rules.
No, they didn't. Apparently not, because they gave their regulations to gave them to the Department of Texas. They were supposed to handle it, but they didn't report it to OSHA. The state had plenty of opportunities to report this to OSHA.
So this was
one did it.
Rick Perry's fault as well as Barack Obama's fault. You're saying
it's the DHS apparently because they're the ones charged with regulating this ammonium nitrate. So the DHS were the ones who were supposed to do it. They failed.
You want a more competent government.
No, what I would like is
you want a more competent regulatory
agency. What I want are for the people who are responsible to be held in negligence for failing to hold up to the standards that any insurance company would hold. Right now, because the state has 5 regulatory agencies.
Where was the insurance company?
Well, the insurance...
Why didn't they inspect this?
Well, because they know that the government's going to do it, Tom. When you know that the nanny state is going to take care of you, what reasons do you have to do it? Yes, because it happened.
If the insurance company believed that, then
So then why did the genius of the Waco zoning board decide to allow schools and nursing homes right next to a chemical plant in the genius of central planning?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And it's a great example of why cities like Portland, Oregon, that are well planned, have high property values, high quality of life, good urban planning. Make decisions. Don't put schools and hospitals next to fertilizer plants that can blow up.
So this central planning board, right? This central planning board was just a failure.
That's right. They were not all that smart. You know, Rick Perry appointed some idiots to this thing.
Apparently, because they failed, Tom. These are your buddies that failed in the government.
My buddies in the government.
Right.
I get your argument. We need better central planning, and we need government agencies that are better at regulating.
Right.
So how do we get that?
All right. Well, I'm just going to tell you right now that there really is no way to do it in your world right now, Tom, because I'm telling you, the more the...
Okay, so how do we do it in your world where there's none of this?
Well, what you have to do, you can't have a utopian society, Tom. You have to have a realistic viewpoint. And if there wasn't capitalism, there would have been no fertilizer plant in the first place.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, absolutely. Because no centrally planned society can possibly create a pricing system that would allow for this kind of a thing to exist. So if you want
that's not necessarily true true either.
If you listen,
it could have been a cooperative. You don't need capitalism. You could have a cooperative.
There's a dozen different. I want to know. Do you believe in utopia? Do you really believe that no one can ever be harmed? That no one can ever be put in any danger whatsoever?
And we, of course not. And we are out of time. Austin, thank you for dropping by.
Next week.
We genuinely are. Okay.
Thank you very much.
We'll get you. Austin.